Okay, we're going to keep going here with our area. I'm going to do a quick little recap. Remember, we are moving towards this 3.0. We're building a strong foundation of being able to find the area of rectangles, squares, parallelograms, and understanding how parallelograms are really rectangles if you cut off the triangle and move it, and that rectangles are a special parallelogram. And today we're going to focus on knowing how to find the area of a triangle so that then we can move to the level 3, cut up complicated shapes into smaller shapes that we know how to find the area of, find the area of all the pieces, then add them up to find the total area. Okay, remember you're sixth graders, so we're moving to multiple step. Okay, now also to kind of jog your memory, we learned the word altitude when we were working with parallelograms. I also called it the height. And we really use that with triangles too, because we need to know how tall the triangle is. And as you can see from these 3 examples, the altitude can be in many different places. What you are looking for is this little box. Remember, that tells you that it's a 90-degree angle. It's a right angle, which also means that it's perpendicular. Okay? Perpendicular, they talk about it being perpendicular to the base, which is what the triangle is sitting on. Now, I want you to think about this. Our bases in these 3 examples are on the bottom. We associate it with being on the bottom. But if we were to turn our paper around, you can see it can rotate and change where it is. You're looking for that relationship that creates that box or that 90-degree angle. So be very aware. I'm going to try to use examples that kind of twist around the triangle just so you can get acclimated to say different ones. Okay, now what I'm going to walk through in this example is that you already know how to find the area of a triangle. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this triangle. Ooh, if I can draw a straight line. We're going to turn this triangle into something that you recognize, which is a rectangle. Okay. And I can count the boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is a 14 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 14 by 9 rectangle. Now, this is the thing. Any rectangle, if you were to cut it in half, makes 2 equal sized triangles. So that means if I were to take this pink part, it's going to equal the same amount as the unpink part. So let's think about that. If I take a rectangle up here, that's a 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. They kind of cut this rectangle weird, but if I was using scissors, I would cut it in half right here. Okay. By cutting it in half or dividing it by 2, you make 2 equal sized triangles. And so I'm explaining this and trying to show it to you because we find the area of a triangle by taking the base times the height like we've been doing, but then we cut it in half or divide it by 2. Remember, the fraction bar means divide. Okay. So, sometimes we forget things. I forget things a lot. And so you may not always remember the formula. We call this a formula or an equation to find the area of a triangle. But if you understand where it came from by cutting that rectangle in half, then it might help you to figure out how to get that area. So simply put, I would take the area of this triangle. I would take the base times the height, then divide it by 2. So that's 14 times 9. Then I'm going to divide that number into 2. So I don't know what 14 times 9 is off the top of my head. I know 4 times 9 is 36. 9 times 1 is 9, plus the 3 is going to be 12. So then I have 126 divided by 2. Okay, so I'm going to work that. 126 divided by 2. I know 2 goes into 12 6 times. Bring down the 6. 2 goes into 6 3 times. So I know the answer to this is 63. Don't have feet or anything, so I'm just going to put units squared so that I can be very precise. Okay, pause this if you need to get all that down. I'm going to move on and start some more examples. Okay, so remember, we're building to that level 2. So if you can show me how to find the area of a rectangle or triangle, then you can get a C. Okay, now I like this example because where is the 90 degree? Right there it is. So that means we're looking for this and this. Okay, one of them's the base, one of them is the height. It doesn't really matter at this point which one. What we have to know is if we were to continue to make this, it would be a square. And this one you can see really well that if we cut it in half, we would have 2 equal sized triangles. Well, they're only asking us for the area of one triangle. So the area of this triangle, I'm just drawing a triangle, base times height, cut it in half or divide by 2. That means 8 times 8 divided by 2. I know my multiplication, so I know 8 times 8 is 64. Remember the old little rhyme, I ate and I ate and I got to stick on the floor. 8 times 8 is 64. Now 64 divided by 2, that's going to be 3. Okay, so 32 yards squared. Now, I'm probably going to let you use a calculator on some of this, so I don't want you to worry if you're not great at the division stuff. We'll be working on that in intervention to help fill some gaps. Let's try this one. So where's that 90 degree, that little box? There it is. That tells me that here's the base, and then the dotted line is going to be my height. Okay, so this is going to be the height. This is going to be the base. So area of a triangle, I'm writing it every time. I'm saying it so I remember it. 5 times 6 divided by 2. That's 30 divided by 2. I know that off the top of my head is 15. Okay, but I'll let you use a calculator. Now, we have 4 more examples. I'm going to work these 2, then I'm going to turn you guys loose. Okay, once again, I'm looking for the box. Okay, that shows me the 2 parts that I'm looking for, the height and the base. The base and the height. Area of a triangle equals base times height divided by 2. Okay, so that's 6 times 3 divided by 2. That's 18 divided by 2, which is 9 inches squared. Now, if you're feeling like you might be able to do this, try one. Pause me. Do the problem, then come back and watch and see if you got the right answer. There's that 90-degree angle again. So I don't even have to highlight it anymore. I know this is going to be my height and this is my base. Area of a triangle, base times height divided by 2. That's 7 times 10 divided by 2. That's 70 divided by 2, which I know is 35 yards squared. Now, you want to challenge your brain? How many 2's go into 7? 3, because 3 times 2 is 6. I subtract and get 1 left over. Bring down the 0, and I know 2 goes into 5, or 2 goes into 10 5 times. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's where Mrs. Canupp's getting those numbers from. Okay, I want you to, if you haven't already, try these 2. Take a look. You see what you're looking for? I hope you can find it. Here's another one right there. There's your hints. You guys try these. Raise your hand so I can check you. Good luck. Next, we're going to be putting it all together.